Hi guys, Jordan from P&P Campers. Just going to be doing your walk around video, or handover video should I say, on your VW. So we start under the bonnet, got the air filter over here, power steering fluid goes under this one, brake fluid in this reservoir attached to the servo down the back. Your engine oil you can check from the dipstick down here, and then you check the oil from this little cap over. Oh, you top up the oil, sorry, from this cap here. Your washer fluid cap there, so that's where you put your washer fluid in, and your engine coolant goes over here in this reservoir here. The engine battery is over here over in this side, so it isn't your leisure battery or anything. This is just your engine battery. So if I just shut this down now, just need two hands, one sec. So we carry on now to the near side. Got the diesel filling cap. So this opens just from this side here, and then you literally unscrew it, and that will hold itself up as well with this strap. But the reason that you don't need to unlock it or anything like that is because if you have the door shut, you can't open it up. Alright, so you have to have the van unlocked in order to get it to open. Obviously all the paintwork that's been asked to be done has been done, and he just did a really nice job of it, Darren. So yeah, can't argue with that. I'll show you around the inside in just a second. So under the back here, we've got a couple of bits. Just on the other side of this table, just here, is your little gas locker. The little key for the gas locker there is on your set of keys. So you undo that flat, and then literally, I've changed the hose inside the cage there. All you need to do to turn it on and off is turn it right round to the right for clockwise for off, and anti-clockwise round to the left for on. Okay, so that's all you need to remember. And you've got a little butane bottle in there, so when you come to change that over, you literally pull it out, twist it off of the regulator, and twist your new one back on. It's super easy. So yeah, so that's a full bottle in there as well, so it's you've got plenty of time before you have to replace that. In this lower locker here, you've got your RCD on the right hand side and a couple of MCBs. So if your sort of sockets end up stopping working, you can check in here, make sure that that's in the up position. Your battery charger is up there, so that's what'll happen when you plug your hookup in, and your 12-volt fuses are down here on the left hand side. And Vanworx have put a little diagram to tell you exactly which ones do which. So if you had any problems with any of the individual appliances, obviously let us know, but you can actually go in there and check it yourself if you wanted to. All these cupboards up here just go into the storage locker, so loads of storage in there, really clever design. So what else have we got? Very much else. Look underneath is where your hookup point is, so just there is where you plug your hookup into the van. So like I said, if you want to use your plug sockets and your charger for your leisure battery, which by the way, it's a bit awkward to get to your leisure battery because you don't tend to have to get to them, but it is just behind this bit of wood here. So if you pulled the screws out from there, your leisure battery is just behind there. So not much to show you on this side, but I will get in the cab and just show you what you've got. So the lights are on this little stalk here, so side lights, main beam. You've got steering wheel functionality, so you've got up and down, okay, all that kind of stuff. Volume up and down, and your sort of taking and ending cool switches there. Can't really see that. Your indicators are on the left hand side here, and your cruise control switches are on the left. Washer fluid and your wipers are on the right hand side, so you go up for on, all the way back down for off. Automatic DSG gearbox, which is really, really nice to drive. I've driven this plenty of times myself. So all the way up to the top for park, So that's if you didn't want to use your, well, you got to put it there anyway to take the key out, but you can leave it there. You don't even really need to put the handbrake on if you leave it there. R, obviously reverse, neutral for N. D is just normal drive, and then S is sport. And when you have got it in drive there, you can push it over to the right and then go up or down for like a manual kind of Tiptronic feel. Air conditioning from the AC button in the middle, and obviously your temperature dial, fan adjustment, and where you want the temperature or the fan to go. And obviously you've got a doubled in Kenwood really nice head unit, which when you turn it on it's really smart. It comes up saying Vanworx and stuff like that. So yeah, really nice bit of kit there. Automatic adjusting mirrors, so you pop it up there, they'll fold away, and your left hand adjuster, heated mirrors, and your right hand adjuster. So really you just want to leave it there for the most part. And then obviously your windows. Right, so I'm going to jump in now because it's just starting to rain and show you around the inside, which I really don't want to get messy because Rob's just cleaned it. So first of all, we've got your Waco 12 volt fridge, which literally just opens up like that from the right hand side, and then you've got a little dial in there. And if I turn this, as long as the control panel is switched on like that, then that fridge is working. Alright, and it'll start to get cold. But really you just want to come in here and pop all these bits and pieces on. So like I said, that's literally as easy as the fridge is, you know, there's nothing more technical to it. Your hob, you've got a piezo igniter down here, so if you click on that, as you can see, you can't really see it very well on the video because of the sort of frames, but there you go, that's how that works. So you just literally push down on this, and then the same on this side if you want to, you know, like any other household sort of cooker, you know, just push in and round whilst you press the button down. Simple. So that's all that, how it works. You've got a thermocouple on both of these, so that's a bit at the back there. And what that means is that if you lit the flame up and then somehow it got blown out, the thermocouple would stop any excess gas from pumping through unburnt. So that works as it should. All of your lights got their own little switches on them, except for the main ones, which is down here. So if I just turn those on, that's what does these lights here. Alright, so they both got the little light on them as well, which is really nice, quite smart. I'm going to turn that fridge off actually, just before I forget. So literally back round all the way up to the top, and then back to the middle. So that's off, and then it locks in like that. You can push this over as a little vent, but just leave it like that really. Underneath here you've got your isolator for your cooker, so that's your gas isolator if you wanted to turn it off if you were worried about it for whatever reason. I've replaced your pump because it was knackered and it wasn't moving, and so this is where the joint is for the two cables. I've had to join together with proper tape to go around it. So if you want to fill up your freshwater tank, which is this tank in here, you literally just take it out, pull these pipes out, pour it out or whatever, fill it up, pop it back in, pop the pipes back in, and there's a little sort of bung at the top here. Just make sure that that's all the way down like it is there, and then you'll be good to go for the water, because the pump just literally sits inside the tank there. You can close that up. Underneath here is just storage, don't need to worry about any of that. Okay, so the control panel, and if I just show you, the tap is literally, because it's just a cold tap, it literally just literally turns on and off like that. There's no, you can't turn this or anything. So that's it, and then your wastewater will just run out underneath. So your Evaspatcher diesel heating works as simply as this. So if you want to just heat the van, or just send some cold air around the van, you can just press this button on the left. So that literally will just pump air out of that through a fan and nothing else. So you can turn that off. And if you actually want to heat the van up, push this button on the right hand side and then just choose your temperature. So I've got it set at 24 at the moment. So in a second that'll start ticking outside, which is the noise that you can always look out for, which is a good noise. And when you start to hear it ticking, after about 2 or 3 minutes or so, you'll feel warm air coming out through there. And just bear in mind, there's no separate tank for the diesel heating, so just make sure that you've got a little bit of fuel in the tank, about a quarter of a tank at the very least. You know, I mean, it will stop using the diesel before you run out, but just as a bit of a precaution, just make sure that you don't do that. Just make sure you've got plenty of diesel in it. So I'll leave that on for a minute to get that going. So main on and off switch, lights, pump, and then this one here checks your battery level, your leisure battery. So you've got plenty of juice in there. And then this one over on the right here is the isolator for your fridge. Alright, so yeah, easy peasy. So you can turn them all back off again, and then I'll just turn the Evaspatcher off just by pressing this button again. Alright, so as long as this little light up here isn't on, then it's not on. So I'll turn it off. And there we go. So that's about all I can show you really on the inside. I don't think there's much else. Just make sure I've not made too much of a mess. Yeah. So the roof is super easy to go up. It's obviously on gas struts. You literally just undo these two and just pull the little clips out and push it up. And that's it. And it'll just stay up there and do its own thing. You don't need to sort of worry about it flapping around because they're really, really strong units. Yeah. So if I just close this door up. It is starting to rain a bit now. Close this down. If I just show you, close that properly. It's such a nice spec van. You know, really, really nice to drive as well. So you'll enjoy it. So turn the ignition on. Got plenty of fuel in it. Half a tank of fuel, which will get you a long, long way actually on one of these. Especially being a DSG. Yeah, I think I've already gone through actually what there is in here. Traction control buttons on the left hand side, hazard lights down here, so that's like the main on and off switch for them. The heater fan works as it should, obviously it's been checked over by the RAC. Main lights on and off like that. There you go, so you get Vanworx custom built coming up on there, which I think is really cool. Yeah. You can have the reversing camera on and off, like that, wherever you want it. Yeah, so like I was saying, so the way that it works, if I just go through, start her up. The DSG is so easy. It's in park at the moment, but I've got the handbrake on, so you can do whichever. As long as you know you're not going to roll into something, just it rolls, yeah, about that far if you're on a slope. You can pop that down, even if you're in drive, in park. Sorry. Foot on the brake, down to reverse.
Yeah,
so
it's been alright, but I just think was better.
Turn that down. So we're in reverse now. So if I then just let the foot off the brake a little bit, it would then start moving. Down into neutral. That's doing nothing at all, but you won't be able to take the key out of the ignition. Drive, and then if you wanted to, so obviously that'll now take me forwards and backwards, you know, forwards wherever I want to go. But if you want to go into like a manual mode, push over to the right, and then you'll see it went from D to these, and then you can go through and choose what gear you want to be in. And as long as you're moving, it's really clever, the DSG. So it's chosen first gear, which is the top right number there. If I went forwards like this and drove off in first like this, I could then go up to second or back down to first, or you know, choose whatever gear you want. So really nice and easy. And then because it's quite a powerful van, you've also got the Sport at the bottom. But for now, I'll just pop it back. So yeah, yeah, it is quite a powerful van. So just bear that in mind. And the DSG is proper. You know, it changes gear really quickly. So yeah, nothing to, you know, nothing dodgy about how it drives. It's really, really nice. So yeah, wipers. You got a single go on the wipers. Is just one down. like that, or if you want it on constant, you can go up. So yeah, the little green light on the dash there, by the way, is to say that your foot isn't on the brake. So if I do put my foot on the brake, it goes out, and then it'll come back on. So that's to say that means that you won't be able to put it down into any gear. It stops the gear stick from moving. So if I put my foot on the brake there, look, so look, if I show you, we're in park now, foot off the brake, light on the dash. I now cannot put that into any gear. Foot on the brake, straight down into reverse. So, like I said, really clever little system. It won't let you do anything dodgy. Yeah, cup holders down here, and a little 12-volt socket in there as well. So yeah, everything's here as it should be. Everything works as it should. And if I'm honest with you, it's a really, really, really nice fan. So, yeah. So, if you think I've missed anything out, or you want anything clarifying or going over, just let us know. But otherwise, we look forward to seeing you soon to collect your van. Thanks very much.